Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So let's take a look at the Zega managed ETFs for like the month of May. So there's quite a few Zega managed ETFs, including Defiance YieldMax and SOFI's Theta. There's going to be more coming out, so it's a good way to see which ones are performing well and which ones not so well. So this takes into account like price rank, average yield, the standard deviation, the liquidity, the correlation, and any potential drawdowns. So for this, just like this one snapshot, this only takes into account like the average yield, just so you guys are aware, because it's almost impossible to kind of take this and do like multiple versions of this based on price rank, based on total return, etc., etc. But I do include enough in the spreadsheet so that you can kind of make up your own mind as to how you want to rank these. So don't feel like you're locked into like this particular framework. And of course, like USOY, YBIT, and CRSH, they're too new to include for this month. So hopefully in June, we can start taking a look at those. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet to see like the kind of like more of like the elements as to what goes into it in case you're new. So for like as of like May 17th, this is kind of like the on the left hand side, you'll see like the comparison between like the net asset value and the actual closing price, just to see like your premium and discounts. So for in terms of like discounts, they're not that great, but at least there's something over on the YieldMax side. But then also you'll also see kind of like some wacky things, like for example, FBY uh, or like the meta. So you can see like people are paying 13 cents over what it's actually worth, and then also like, for example, MSTY, like kind of near the bottom over here, people are way overpaying for MSTY. But I guess like people are excited about the like the Bitcoin holding, so that's why they're willing to pay like a 2% premium. But just be careful about that, guys. And then over for like Defiance, the ETF so far, there's not that many discounts like worth mentioning. And in fact, like people are paying a little bit over, but a few cents here and there isn't that bad, all things considered. And then it's good to see like for like NVDY and CONY, they're kind of like closing the gap between like the top three ETFs managed by Zega. And then you also see like YMAX and ULTY kind of like climbing up the ranks. So I'm glad to see like people are starting to diversify a little bit more. So let's just take a look at the actual distributions. So I've taken like the history of the distribution so far, and let me just like scroll over to the left so that we can kind of start from TSLY to, well, I guess like MRNY is kind of cut off a little bit over here. So like let's just look at TSLY to SQY first, and then I'll scroll over to like the other side so you can kind of grab screenshots. So basically near the bottom, I show you kind of like the average of the distributions so far, and then I'm also showing like the standard deviation. So like from month to month, you'll see like for example like TSLY, it's like 72 cents like average so far, and then month to month you can expect to see like maybe like a 19-cent different between like month over month, and then the consistency ratio just incorporates both the average distribution and the standard deviation, just to create kind of like a number to kind of like rank everything. So for the consistency ratio, ideally you want to see like a higher number, and then you'll notice also like for like these numbers, like the average, you'll see like some items highlighted in green and some items that are highlighted in like a reddish orange. That shows you like the top three for like the greens, and then the bottom three for like for the like for like the reddish orange. So right now like CONY is one of the better ones at $1.91. And then like over here for like XOMO, you see like 29 cents, so it's not like the greatest thing in the world. And then let's just scroll over a little bit to the left so you can see. So you'll note that like in the middle, I kind of created like a space for like the new guys coming up, like YBIT, CRSH, and GDXY is supposed to start trading this coming Tuesday. So look out for those guys. And then also for USOY is also new, so just making a placeholder for that. Keep in mind, like for example, MSTY, even though it has like the highest average, it only has like 2 months of distribution so far. So expect changes over time. For example, like if you compare something like SPYT, it has a pretty high consistency ratio, but again, it's only 2 months. I guess like over time, this will probably approximate like maybe like something like YMAX, which could be a good thing. So far as SPYT, since this is they aim to like pay out 20% a year. So I guess like if they can hover over like 33 cents per month, that'll be a good thing, and like a minimum of like month to month variation. I think that will be ideal. So I'll be interested to see how long SPYT can keep this up. I'm actually rooting for this because I think it's I think for some people it's good to have like some consistency for the ETFs. So the next thing I want to show is like the price rank. So this measures like the last price versus like the 52-week high and 52-week low. So ideally you want to have this the price rank as high as possible. So for example, USOY. So even though it's new, it's still clinging on to like its 52-week high. So that's a good thing. Same thing for AMZY and YMAG. And NVDY and SPYT. It's actually interesting to note SPYT is trading exactly at 20, so hopefully they can keep that as long as possible. So let me scroll down just a little bit so you can see like the whole thing. And then unfortunately, like near the bottom, it's like something like ULTY. So even though it has a high consistency ratio, like unfortunately the price rank drops it down. So in case you're interested in like total return, you want to maybe incorporate this into your own ranking. Unfortunately, TSLY, I think it's a known thing. Same thing with OARK. And then unfortunately for Trez, it's kind of near like the bottom. And then next, I want to show you like the potential drawdowns that a ETF could have. I'm not saying that this will draw down, but just based on like history, this is a possibility. So for example, let's just say you FOMO'd into MSTY at the wrong time. Let's say you bought it at 45.90. There's a potential that it could go back down to like $20.38. So this is what the potential drawdown shows. And then if I scroll down a little bit more, so even though like SPYT, even though on the main snapshot, SPYT like it might not be like the highest, but maybe for you, SPYT could be like something that you want, because over here is a very low potential drawdown. So that could be something that you can consider for your own ranking. And then next, I want to show like the volume. So just like a good way to kind of see like which ones are more heavily traded, just in case, because I know for a fact that like some folks have a few thousand shares at a time, but this also is good in case like you ever need to like liquidate for like an emergency or something. These are the ones that you want to maybe sell off first, just because like you'll have like less price slippage on the way out. So for example, CONY, NVDY, and ULTY, I guess it's not a big surprise that these are the most heavily traded. And then same thing with MSTY and QQQY. In case you need to get rid of like something, you can do so without getting too banged up on the way out. And then on the flip side, unfortunately, like you see guys like Trez, USOY, just because it's new. JPMO and DISO, unfortunately not that popular. So in case like you have like a lot, you might want to consider, just because of the low volume, maybe breaking up your orders so you don't take a lot of like extra slippage. So, and then this page shows you like the correlation to QQQY ETF, just because I think this is probably one of the more popular ones. So, for example, like THTY, this might be good if you're like in case like you have QQQY and you're afraid that you want something to kind of like counterbalance it, or maybe YMAX might be like a better fit for you, just because like in case QQQY tanks, YMAX might be there to kind of like hold up your other part of your portfolio, and same thing with the other like YMAG and ULTY. And surprisingly, DSIO has a pretty good acts as a good like portfolio diversifier. And then if I scroll down a little bit more, you'll see like guys like, surprisingly, SPYT has a pretty high correlation to QQQY. And of course, like I've noted in the past that QQQY and QQQY should be like a 1, but I guess it's close enough. So I want to nitpick here. And then USOY, since it's new, it doesn't have like any information just yet. So hopefully in the next month we'll have something. So let's just go back to the PowerPoint. So of course this is just my takeaway. Even though I just showed you like the back here over this is just like the average yield. So you depending on your needs and preferences, you can always like shift this up and down depending on what you need. And of course, like if you have a different way to rank things, just feel free to comment in the section below. If you like this type of content, please consider giving us a like, subscribe if you can. Thank you for watching. I hope people make some good money out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.